Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to our session on scaling innovation globally, smart eyewear, and connected retail. I'm 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗻𝗔. I lead supply chain manufacturing and R&D strategy globally at Microsoft. Today, we will be exploring how digital technology and intelligent platforms are transforming customer experiences and enabling innovation to scale across markets globally to drive greater agility, resilience, and growth in this era of AI. Joining me today, Alfredo Patron, Executive Vice President of Business Development from TeamViewer, and John Luna, Executive Advisor from EssilorLuxottica. John and Alfredo, would you like to go ahead and introduce yourselves, share a little bit about your roles?
Sure, I'll let John go first.
Oh, okay, great. Hi, I'm John Luna. I'm Executive Advisor at EssilorLuxottica for the Super Audio Division, med tech devices, including Nuance audio glasses.
And hi, Alfredo Patron. I'm Executive Vice President, Business Development, looking after all strategic partnerships for TeamViewer.
And John, do you want to tell us and share a bit about the EssilorLuxottica story?
Sure.
Fantastic.
Thanks. So EssilorLuxottica is a company that is global in scope, and I'm going to tell you about the product and the company and how we use TeamViewer and Microsoft Azure for our products and our demo stations globally. You probably know our brands. We're a brand warehouse where we have our own brands, iconic eyewear such as Ray-Ban, Oakley, Persol, and others. And we also have licensed brands like Burberry, Chanel, Prada, and Versace. We also have lens technology where we have transition lenses, Varilux, and most recently an FDA-cleared product called Stellest for myopia management. We also have an instruments division that does diagnostic equipment and instruments, including Essilor and Shamir, as well as other products. We have a global footprint of in 150 countries with 18,000 brick-and-mortar retail locations. And so that comes into play with what we're talking about today. We have over 200,000 employees and many more affiliates and associates that work within our branded company in the scope globally. We have 72 online channels, and we serve over 500 million customers on an annual basis. I'm here to talk to you today about Nuance audio glasses and how we use TeamViewer and Azure as the backbone in the background of our demo stations in our 18,000, 11,000 or more, and moving towards a larger scale in our retail footprint for demo units. But let me tell you first about the technology. Nuance audio glasses are FDA-cleared software as a medical device hearing aids. I'm actually wearing them right now in actual eyeglass frames. These smart frames have 6 microphones within the structure, and they use software to deliver hearing solutions for mild to moderate hearing loss. We became FDA cleared in the US in January of this year, and over the last 10 months, we've opened in about 15 countries globally with the product and solution. It has software within the product that delivers through smart glasses, and we use AI in the product as well as in our algorithms as the backbone of hearing algorithms and delivering better hearing and also comfortable hearing. It comes in 3 colors. We just introduced deep blue, which I'm wearing now. We have a shiny black and a shiny burgundy, and also 2 styles are available. So we can fit most consumers' needs as far as styles in the first generation of the product. It uses software and an app to deliver 4 presets that allow for about 80% of the hearing losses that you find in the mild to moderate category. So we can serve as a medical device through smart eyewear and through our app and software give the user control. So we have a very complex backbone and hardware and software within the product, but at the user interface level, we have to become somewhat simplistic in how we deliver that information and how the consumer can use it. So we have a volume control, the ability to change the different presets for different hearing loss configurations. And then we have the most important feature, which is beamforming. You have all-around mode where all 6 microphones are picking up sounds around you. They're delivering sounds through small, discrete speakers into the ear canal, open ear through the temples, so it's an air conduction technology. But most importantly, when you go to the frontal mode, it activates beamforming. So wherever you look is what you're going to hear. So in a loud or noisy environment, you have the ability to hear above the noise. And it's about a 30 to 40% improvement in speech understanding in the presence of background noise using the beamforming technology in the Nuance audio glasses, even when you've got open ear. And we've had to go through the FDA, so it's a cleared software as a medical device. And we had to prove that it was as good as prescriptive hearing devices for the same hearing loss category. So our challenge is we have this complex technology. It's the first time it's been done in eyewear. And people come into our stores all the time to try on new frames and new glasses. But when you have a hearing technology that's invisible, hidden within the frames, how do you demonstrate that and show it to a consumer? So we had to develop a solution globally that would allow for our 11,000 stores to have a demo pre-purchase so the consumer would have the ability to understand and experience the hearing solution and technology before they purchase the product. And we were able to do this through TeamViewer and having Microsoft in the background monitoring all of our devices so we could have a consistent user experience globally. And we designed a solution called the Hearing Demo Unit. It comes in different forms, but this is just one example that's in front of you now on screen. And it is a complex solution that we designed so that we can monitor its activity and make sure that it's working seamlessly in the background so that our store associates could have a premier experience with the consumer and the end user, where they have the ability to test the technology and experience it in noise, and this simulates a noise environment, and create that cocktail party experience so they can experience the value of the technology before they were actually able to purchase the technology. And we've done this around the globe in all of our stores. The results were a solution that works perfectly, right? So we have analytics behind the scenes that tell us in real time if the units are working as they should. We're in 150 countries. We're in 15 countries with this product, multiple languages and locations. And so our retail associates or partners don't have time on their schedules, nor the technical experience to troubleshoot and monitor the health of the device. And so we use Microsoft in the background to monitor this and be proactive on the analytics, as well as then allow us to manage them as needed based on the information we receive. And so we did this for a consistent consumer experience across the globe, and it's worked well for us. And I have a short video to show you.
When our customers put on glasses for the first time, they typically have the wow effect, like this. Okay, I want to try. Wow.
The perfect partner to be able to follow that kind of innovation, to be able to support us, to support our customers, for me is TeamViewer.
Hearing is fundamental. When it comes to mild to moderate hearing loss, is 1.2 billion, with a projection in the next 20 years of about 2 billion people affected. People are typically refusing the idea of wearing traditional hearing aids because of the stigma that is surrounding those kind of products, as well as the cost. Nuance Audio is the new division. Our purpose is to manufacture and distribute a unique pair of glasses with invisible hearing solutions.
The demo box is a key part of the selling process of Nuance. We simulate in store what could be a noisy situation. The customer is going to try on the Nuance frames and is going to really perceive the difference.
We roughly own 18,000 stores globally. If we have some technical issue, it's where TeamViewer is helping us in creating an immediate connection with the experts from the headquarters.
You can imagine to really be able to manage all these demo boxes all over the globe is a big challenge. We had a situation where there were customers from US saying that the demo box was not anymore in English but was in Italian. With TeamViewer we were able to connect remotely and look at that specific demo box, then we were able to fix the problem. TeamViewer really helped us to be much more efficient on the maintenance of the demo box. The platform is super stable, super reliable, and what TeamViewer really can guarantee us is not just a kind of reactive support, but also proactive. Being able to connect remotely without waiting for the call from a store associate, that is key for us. At the end, this kind of efficiency, this kind of speed is what really makes the difference for us.
So we can proudly say that we have a lot of happy customers. They are having dinner outside again, they are feeling more comfortable, they don't have to ask people to repeat themselves. but this is just the beginning of a journey. We're already thinking about the next product, and of course when it comes to the technology, that will continue in the years to come along with TeamViewer.
Amazing. Thank you, John. And we see here just the potential for AI and automation to drive growth and innovation to be enormous across brands and retailers. Thank you for sharing that story. And would love to hear more about now TeamViewer and your partnership with Microsoft.
Yeah, happy to. Hello, everybody. So, I mean, this is an incredible use case, and thanks for the collaboration. It's just bringing so many benefits to such a broad audience, fixing a very specific challenge. So what we do, we're a global company, German-based, publicly traded. We focus on two primary use cases. One is end-user connectivity and remediation through multiple modalities, whether you want analysis of the endpoint and automatically, or I guess through agentically through AI, go prescribe and fix, or you need a human being, like in the case of Luxottica, where you need to remote into the box and fix or address whatever the issue is. You want to make an update, push a new firmware, so on and so forth. So we do this at scale. Could be from your computer all the way to a demo box, as you saw, and across the world securely and pretty fast. The second use case we do is digitize workflows for frontline workers. So think now here outside of the office where you have a shop floor, manufacturing line, you have a warehouse where you have logistics, people moving, pallets up and down, left and right. So we digitize all those processes and use augmented reality through wearables, so typically glasses, or through your tablet. And we tell the frontline worker what to do, how to do it. And that gives our customers the benefits of less training time, consistent quality, and efficiency. And all this information gets loaded back to whatever the system of record the customer uses. As you can see in the lower right, we're deeply embedded and invested in the Microsoft infrastructure from Azure all the way to Windows and Copilot. This gives you a better idea. So DEX is a new solution for us, which is the whole digital experience, or DEX, which is automatic remediation. Then we have Tensor, which is a product that John uses to remotely control devices. And Frontline, as it says, our workflow solution for frontline workers. All of it powered by the Azure platform. I mean, you can see the slide yourselves. And we continue to invest and innovate together. So clearly, agentic AI, predictability, self-remediation is the future. And those are areas we continue to invest and explore with Microsoft.
Fantastic. Particularly here we see cloud as a real enabler for business innovation and growth and connecting data across the ecosystems and supporting transformation of businesses at scale. John, what's particularly interesting is just EssilorLuxottica has such a massive physical store footprint in terms of scale and size. How do you think about the in-person shopping experience now that we're living in an increasingly digital world?
Yeah, I think that, for us, that retail experience is key. It's what enables us to reach the consumer globally. You have to actually physically try on a pair of glasses for a couple of reasons. One is for sizing just in general, but everybody has their own style and chooses their own colors. So it's a very personal decision. We use technology such as this and these demo boxes in Nuance audio glasses as an example, so that they can experience the smart glasses before they purchase and have that firsthand premium experience in a digital world, in a retail experience. So I think there's a matching of the two that complement each other nicely, and that's why we do it the way we do.
And I think very much you're elevating the shopping experience for consumers who want to make the trip into brick and mortar, and just reinforcing the value of brick and mortar and overall retail strategy and structure, and really in that it builds brand loyalty, among other things.
And it gives the retail associate, the person that's actually interacting with that customer, to be able to personalize and focus on that service and that experience with the customer, not worry about the technology.
The connection.
Yeah. Let the technology speak for itself.
And Alfredo, how do you think about TeamViewer's remote connectivity technology in terms of enabling brands and retailers to provide more consistent and uniform shopping experiences?
Yeah, so what we see more and more is customers that have a retail experience, they want to innovate. So the old days of just having placing product and customers seeing and buying, that's evolving. Now they want to play with it, and it has to be active. And some companies want to have a uniform retail experience. Some others want to adapt to the market because an Asian store might be different than an American store, so on and so forth. And for that, technology is the enabler. And what we give these customers, all these customers, like in this example, is scale. Ability to do scale, to scale it fast. No longer you need to travel and send technicians all over the world to set up, enable, train, get it running. We can do it centrally and all remotely and securely wherever you are. So it's just that ability to deploy all this innovation and have this smart retail experience.
And interestingly, managed stores is more of an integrated portfolio across the world, taking into account, to your point, those geographical nuances. And interestingly, John, now that the demo boxes have been deployed, what kind of response have you gotten from customers and store team members, employees, et cetera?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, the experience overall has been wonderful. From a customer standpoint, they enjoy interacting with the technology. They've had a positive experience, and it's seamless in showing it and really showcasing how the product can work and how they can hear better, and they get to try on the glasses and experience them with, you know, a significant other or somebody that's with them at the time, in many cases, in that decision-making process. And they also then can try on the different styles and sizes to determine what's best for them. From an employee standpoint, a store associate standpoint, it's been easy, right? They expect it to work, and it works.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best part about it is, you know, everything in the background, keeping the device healthy, giving us real-time information, being able to you know, use exception management through TeamViewer to actually visualize what needs to be done and what needs to be addressed, or attach that to a trouble ticket or something that allows us to fix it proactively before the store associate has to interact with that product in real time.
And that feedback and the digital feedback loop that you can then create and reinforce in that process, as well as just general feedback, is the very best validation here. And Alfredo, how do you think about the TeamViewer solution being deployed on Azure and the benefits that your partnership with Microsoft Azure brings to your customers who have global businesses that need to scale?
Well, I mean, frankly, we just simply couldn't have done it, right? So we were looking at a partner that had not just the technology, but the reach, the scalability, local representation, and all these offices and kind of places we're going at, and the flexibility of the Azure platform, plus all the different modules you can adapt the use cases we have. In our case, is connectivity, but we also need a high reliability, security, the reporting that comes with it, and just be able to adapt it across different devices. We in this case, we have this smart demo box, but in some cases might be a coffee machine with a distinct panel, or it might be something else. So having the ability to scale at all these different type of form factors and endpoints and do it fast is clearly an advantage that Azure gives us, and we keep looking into the future.
And as evidenced by your joint partnership with SLR Luxottica, just accelerating that cycle time between innovation and time to market, and what's sort of top of mind when you think about that joint collaboration and partnership in terms of opportunities and innovations that have sort of come to fruition that perhaps working independently you wouldn't have realized?
Look, I think there's always this dilemma of whether you build, buy, or partner, right? And I think all technology companies go through that, and you just have to measure the risk-reward. But for us, it's picking a partner that clearly is innovating into areas that bring value to our partner and then to our customer, that has a flexible commercial model that allows us to kind of scale with it. And an example of that is this event, right? So in an era where we're moving into to different agents and co-pilots and all these different modalities. I think that gives us a lot of flexibility and allows us to go deep and innovate. And as I said, some things we will use your toolkit to develop ourselves and becomes an RP, but in other areas, we have to decide, look, this is just not an area that we should be investing in, let's partner with Microsoft. And that has worked really well.
And John, what is SLR Luxottica's perspective on joint collaboration as opposed to working independently and solving for some of these challenges or opportunity, really seizing the opportunities out there in the market?
You know, I think speed to market and using partnerships and tools is key, especially where you're in consumer-facing retail products or now medical devices and med tech products. So having the right partner and not doing it alone sometimes is the best path forward. And I think this is a perfect use case that shows that. I mean, we're good at what we're good at, and others are. And if you come together with the right team and the right solutions, you can make things happen globally.
Yeah, absolutely. And what guidance do you each have for organizations looking to get started in adopting these sorts of technologies?
I mean, don't wait. I see a lot of customers stuck in doing proof of concepts or waiting for your competitor to see what they do or just seeing if it gets traction. I think if there's customer demand, if the market is there, the technology is mature enough, especially in areas like AI, which is kind of the newest player now. Cloud used to be, and now everybody's in the cloud. Now AI is kind of that next frontier. I would say the technology is definitely ready for consumption and for deployment. You have a great example right now. We can attest to it because this is what we do. We bring customer innovation at scale. Go at it right now. I would say, look at the toughest opportunities and challenges you have. Find the use cases, and a partner like Microsoft, like us, we're ready to work with you to help you how you digitize, innovate, and bring it to market.
Yeah, for us, you know, we start with the customer experience and kind of work backwards when we design, you know, a tool like this demo box, right? How do we want it to work as the end result, and we work backwards? How do we scale that globally? And I think, you know, making sure that you have scalability and security, I think that's one thing you mentioned a few times, in the background is key. So I think that's one of the things that I would suggest you look at, and be prepared to scale from day one. Whether you intend to or not, you could get to that, you know, that inflection point where you have to scale, and if you haven't designed things well on the front end or thought through that, then and not partner with the right person that has that ability, the right company, then you may not be able to scale in the time frame that you want to, which then adds to shareholder value, customer experience, employee experience, and so on.
And if sorry to interrupt, but if I may add, I mean, what a great example. Hearing aids with your glasses.
Yeah,
Right? So I'll talk about a real, you know, challenge in humanity today where a hearing aid is super expensive. Many people wear glasses. Why can't we combine both?
And we have.
And it really is the best proof that we are at this inflection point that John referenced with digital technologies and shifting market demands and conditions that make this opportunity really ripe for innovation across retail. And how, just taking a step back and looking at AI more generally, how are your respective organizations incorporating AI in operations, and what sort of impact have you seen? Alfredo, do you want to go first with that one?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we certainly, first we were observers, but I think very quickly we moved into, this is something we have to embrace in the company. So we just unleashed access to Copilot to all our employees, probably a year plus out. And we use it across, you know, all departments, whether it's we're creating a job description for a new role we want to push out or want to make sure it's polished and have the right kind of tick the box options. So Copilot is a great asset for that. When we're thinking of contracts, when we're thinking of writing code, proof, you know, have a quick check on our development efforts. So I believe we've truly ingrained how we use all these gen models with Microsoft inside our company to make us faster, make us more efficient, and allow employees to put their time, whether be more with customers versus spending hours on a contract or reviewing terms and conditions. Now you could do it quickly and go back to your discussion. Or if we have a big inside sales operation, right? So we've invested, quite a lot on our sales stack to make sure we give the best experience to our customers or partners when we're talking to them. But it also gives us insights or notes and trends. So, this competitor keeps coming up, or this ask keeps coming a lot. So then we can collect all that telemetry and then anonymously, obviously, but then share that with engineering and say, look, this is a feature customers are asking. So I think inside the company is something we've embraced quite aggressively. And now the next is outside, right? So now to our customers. And we announced 2 days ago 𝗬𝗲, which is our intelligent agent, which brings great benefits to this whole notion of remediation and managing endpoints across your landscape. Inside, outside the firewall, so giving you the best abilities to assess what's going on with the endpoint. If you have a session from a technician, give a pretty detailed prescription of what happened, give you recommendations, talk to other co-pilot agents, and just be a more efficient organization. So we've really jumped into this journey.
Across many strategic dimensions.
Yes.
For the TeamViewer business. John, what about EssilorLuxottica?
Yeah, I mean, as a company, we use AI when it's indicated throughout the organization, whether that's operational, manufacturing, but taking it down to the device level. We use AI as we develop products in the smart eyewear, as an example. We acquired an AI company last year that has the ability to separate speech from noise with using AI and using algorithms, in addition to multi-chip sets that allow for a better hearing experience. And it helps a person hear better, and for this type of a product, that's important. So AI can go down to the device level within algorithms. It can be reactive or predictive, or learn. But AI is in the background of what we do, and everybody in the organization, I think, uses it at some level, whether that's in their daily workflow or whether that's with the device management, like we're talking about here.
End-to-end transformation. Yeah, fantastic. And kind of looking ahead now, where do you both see the future of AI and automation in defining next generation retail as well as wearable technologies?
I believe it's a combination of things. So I think we're moving into an era where IT problems or challenges the basic ones will self-remediate. So you'll have intelligent platform systems where we'll have a very strong play, where it will allow companies to just automate all those issues and keep people productive. I think we're moving into an era where now we can tell companies, if you invested X amount in all these software services, whether it's Microsoft Office 365 or other products, that you can have a view of, are they happy with it? Are they using it? Did you overinvest in all these products? So the employee sentiment and the employee experience and productivity, which sometimes is ignored. There's stats out there of employees leaving their workplace because they just hate turning on their laptop and what they have to deal with. So now we can tell the people that make decisions within a company, how is that looking and how productive or happy or unhappy employees are. So that's one element. I think the other element is just empowering connectivity wherever you are. Where it's a remote store across Europe, or maybe an area where there's pretty low connectivity. We have use cases where in agriculture, smart tractors and going across Africa with 3G networks, being able to connect to them and get telemetry, give the driver smart intelligence on what they need to do or what to avoid, et cetera. So it's really scaling, and that's where we see ourselves enabling all these use cases.
Fantastic. John?
Yeah, from a medical device or wellness and healthcare standpoint, I think we're going to see wearable devices such as smart glasses become more than a single function, right? It's part of our daily lives, and in the background, it's going to become less scary for consumers at all age demographics to use AI in their lives, to have real-time analytics happening in the background and providing real information that then they can act on for better health and better wellness.
Actionable insights.
Yeah.
And can you give us a glimpse into what's next in your joint collaboration and any upcoming projects that you're working on in the near term?
I mean, we have 18,000 retail stores. We're in 11,000 plus, so I think there's some work to do on the global scale as far as working together and continuing to grow what we currently have. But I think it can iterate into something that's, maybe faster with the same security level that we currently have, with maybe self-healing systems in the background based on the analytics and the information that we're getting.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, we will continue to be his partner, shoulder to shoulder, to help him scale and grow. So.
Amazing. Well, thank you both. It's been super exciting to hear about how you're leading in this era of AI in terms of transforming operations, creating new, innovative customer experiences, and really driving value across the entire retail industry. If the audience would like to learn more, we would welcome you to visit the TeamViewer booth at 1527 and 5445. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.